Hello, this is Tom with the Tractor Rescue Ranch. I am back to work on my John Deere 60 transmission. So this part showed up in the mail this morning, and there's quite a difference between that part and the wore out part. You can see the size of the hole on top. I think that's probably showing up through the camera there, but there's a big difference there. So when I put this new part on, that's going to have the gear shifter mounted down on this part that's not wore out. It'll be mounted and it'll go down into the transmission almost a 1/4 inch that this old wore out part, let it come up a 1/4 inch. And so I am assuming at this point that that ball on the bottom that runs on those shifters down there probably came up and out of the top. So I'm thinking that's what's going on. So I'll get this put back together and try it out and see. Hopefully this thing will shift better. Okay, I got this back together here, and boy, it's a lot tighter in there. I'm liking the way it's looking. Just wanted to point out to make sure you don't forget to get your mechanics wire back in those bolts so they won't jiggle loose and fall down into them gears. If you had a bolt come loose inside that transmission and get down in the gears, it would be catastrophic for them gears. Okay, I just wanted to point out what I had to do here. So with this top off, yeah, I'm not going to be able to see it here with the camera, but with the top off, I had to line up all of the gears into neutral and pay attention to which side it was on, the high or the low side, and then put this shifter in the same neutral position on that and make sure it's down in the correct hole. So you don't want to get it in gear with one of the gears and then have your gear shifter positioned in a different spot. So it's just something you got to play with as you're going together. So I have got just one bolt in, and then on the opposite side here there's a stud coming up through holding it on. But I just wanted to run through all of the gears, and it feels to me like everything's shifting, and I can feel that high and low gear clicking in and out. So far everything's going together like it should. I got this all back together here. It's working fine. I can feel it moving that high and low in there pretty good. I've driven it around a little bit, and so far it seems to be fine. So I'm hoping that I was able to fix the problem. There was another thing that I noticed. In order to get everything apart, I had to pull that grill off, and I knew I had a little bit of a leak here, but it's worse than I had thought it was. The power steering is leaking a little bit of fluid. So I left that grill off for the time being so that I can address that. That will probably be a project for this winter. I still got a little bit of farming left to do this year. If it dries out enough, I've got down in what we call our spring pasture, I've still got some grass I'd like to get cut and baled. But it's too wet this year so far. We got weather coming in this coming weekend, and after that the forecast is supposed to be really dry, so it might dry out enough for me to cut another, I don't know, probably 3/4 of an acre is all that's left down there. And there's a lot of grass on it, so it'll make 30, maybe 40 bales of hay if I'm able to get on it. So anyway, thanks for watching.